But that is aside. Wow. The light, the flare from that side is actually blinding. So I can't even really see you guys the way I would love to see your faces. But yeah, that was what I was thinking of walking through, but then again, some people will be stretching their head like this. That's the problem I want to from. But again, let me try and see what I can do with the situation that I'm facing now, because it's really blinding. Can you guys hear me? Yes. Are you sure this thing is very clear? Yes. And you can actually hear properly, right? Yes, sir. Now, hello. Is this better? Which one is better? This one is better. Now I hear now. Should I hear me right now? This is far better, right? All right. Now, good morning once again, ladies and gentlemen. It's good to be back here, not here, but back in this campus that made me who I am today. For whatever I am or whatever I am to be, roots here in this campus many years ago. Despite the fact that there has been a lot of changes, so to speak. This building was not here when we were here, and a lot of other places too. Despite the fact, like I told my big bros, Professor Okakwe, yesterday, that as much as things change, so many things still remain the same. And what are the many things I would say? I think is the umbilical cord for every one of you who is a theater person who is on this campus. Your umbilical cord, I believe you know what an umbilical cord is. Do you know what an umbilical cord is? Is that cord of life when a child is born, which is cut and whatnot. That is a cord of life, which is the fluid. That's where the fluid that takes care of that child is. So it's like a foundation. The foundation you get starts from here. I keep saying it every time that my umbilical cord is planted here. Because when I got into Uniben, it was by chance I got into theater art, even if I loved it, or probably I didn't think about it. No. Back in the days, our parents used to tell us, go and read law, go and read account, go and read this. And we always wanted to impress or wanted to fold within that mold. And when I did JAM that year, I put law, theater also, 3 or thereabout. And unfortunately, the cutoff point was really very high, you know. Law then was like 280, I got 260. I know it's a little bit lower these days, but then it was really mad, you know. And then I started looking for another option. I said, okay, theater. I came into theater. And the deal I had with my father then, who was he's late now, who was a professor of mass comm in Bayero University then, was that, don't worry, when you get to year 2, make sure your grades are good in year 1, so that when you get to year 2, you switch and go to law. Yes, sir. Now we start the journey. Started year 1. The first day I went to the class, it was in that hall, the assembly hall. The first day I went for my class, it was a workshop class. When I finished that class, I tell myself, say, I ain't going nowhere, man. This is where I'm going to stay. My grades were very good for me to have switched. I had like 3 people in my class who actually switched from theater to law. But there was something else that actually held me here. And what is that? Passion. I actually enjoyed what I was doing. It actually helped me
I think I'm creative. I think I have a whole lot of imagination. So it actually helps boost a whole lot of all those things, and I surged into it. The many nights of rehearsals, especially when you are in year 3, it is madness. I don't know. Okay, una dey feel am too. Hey, year 3 is madness. You don't even have time to rest. From morning, you will have early morning rehearsal, 6 a.m. to 8 o'clock. They go finish around 7:30. If you start by 5 o'clock, finish by 7:30, so that you go get ready for your 8 a.m. class. Then from 8 a.m. till 4, you get classes. Then you have audition starting. You have rehearsal starting again at 6 or 5:30. That time you go do class rehearsal from 5:30 to 8. You can't do, because a lot of us were involved in other productions of other students and older students and everything. So we're in like 4 productions or thereabout. And everybody started slotting their time as of it. So that you find out that you don't leave till maybe 3 or 4 to go to your hostel to take a bath or freshen up and come back by 5:30. Is it still the same way? It is madness in year 3. But then again, one of the beautiful things I learned when I left here was that those were the foundational building blocks that we needed to face the outside world. It brings me to the topic of what we are discussing today, which is transitioning from studentship to professionalism. Are we there? We are apparently going to be talking about how do you transition from being a student to being professional, to being a professional. And again, the question I want to ask is, what makes you a professional? How do you transition? One of the things I've seen in life is this, with a whole lot of theater art students, is this. Many of una here, where they here right now, make I talk through, now they hear, they listen right now, una might not do the theater one they study. True or false? A lot of una make una just do, make una finish the course, make una know say una get degree. Abi, it's not that you want to even practice. How many of you really want to practice? I'm not even seeing any hand. How many of you really want to practice when you leave here? Our master class don't start to. How many of you really want to practice when you leave there? You leave here. Okay, fine. You want to practice. What are you doing to make sure that, okay, when you leave here, you can practice. You can transition into practicing as a professional. What do many of you do? How many of you leave campus, hear auditions happening outside by people, and go for auditions? How many of you here? You do? How many of you have actually gotten roles outside when you go for auditions? All right. Now, that's fine. I see a few hands up, which is a bit encouraging. And that is also a nerve of what I want to talk about. When Nollywood started, gradually, those days, the first set, it wasn't called Nollywood then, it was like TV productions going on with Mirror in the Sun and the rest of them, before it actually transited to a whole lot of other things. The first set of faces you had then were people like Bob Manuel Udoku, you had Ejike Asiegbu, you had, quite a couple of them then. But do you know what happened? Those first set of people, do you know what they did? They encouraged, they were from Uniport. I always say that Uniport had a head start. Uniport had a head start than any other universities in terms of talent coming into the industry. How? This was...
Next time, maybe tomorrow. Thank you.
How do you start doing that while you are in school? A lot of people just sit down, go through your 4-year course, and go outside. And when you go outside, that is when you start thinking. No. Your thinking process must start here in school. Everybody, please. You should actually start your process of transitioning while in school. I know you guys have a very busy schedule and whatnot. Yes. But whatever opportunities you have for you to do that, look out for auditions. Go for auditions. Try as much as possible to be cast in roles, whatever it is. For those of you who are technically gifted, also go out, look for productions. If you can see the ones that you can work with, even as PA. This is one very important thing that you must take into consideration. Am I making sense to anybody, please? Yes. Now, I think one of the first questions you should ask yourself is, that is why I asked earlier on, how many of you really want to face really want to do anything related to theater that you've studied when you live here? Those are the people I'm talking to. For those who don't have a vision of the theater when they live here, it will not make sense to them. So for those who do have a vision or an idea of wanting to do something, and let me say something very clear. In my time, there was not really so much opportunity like it is now. There is so much opportunities out there, and there is so much money to be made out there. First of all, you need to know what you actually want to do.
Is the side camera?
You should apparently have a focus, and you should have a plan. Am I making sense to anybody? There should be a focus of what you want to do if you live here. And then again, whatever focus that you have, it starts here. The rehearsals you go to, I said it just like that. One of the things that have helped me out there is the things I learned here. Those later rehearsals, those times I'm on location and I'm feeling so late.
Okay, sir.
But I'm still on my feet. How? Some people are slugging, some people are sleeping. I don't sleep. I don't know how to sleep when it comes to these kind of things. I might go for a script conference and we are doing it overnight. So these little things that you learn here is ingrained into your system that eventually helps you when you leave and when you start practicing. So you must have a focus of what you particularly want to do if you live here. If you think you are proficient in costume, yes, why not? If you think you have skills for technical things, why not? If you think, oh, thank God you guys have a media department now, so to speak. So you have cameras, you have editing suits. So start learning. Start taking advantage of these little things. You need to have a focus first, then you have a plan on how to go about it, and you go about it like that. Then, the next question will be, how do you navigate this?
Come again.
How do you navigate your journey outside here? Now, what you learn here is a basis for you. It's a basic training that you get. And what you're learning here mostly is theater. Thank God there is now like mass com. Do you guys also have a film department? You have a film department. Awesome. So you guys should take advantage of these various departments that you have. Actually, if you want to do theater, okay, that reminds me. Out there, you have the theater world. If you want to go into theater, yes. If you want to go into film, you can. But a lot of people navigate towards film, Nollywood. They actually go there because of a whole lot of reasons, you know. I think it pays more than theater, than stage performances and whatnot. I think it also gives people room for what will I call it now? For celebrity status, for those who are actors. If you're good, you're good. Not very many people who are superstars today actually went through the wrongs and the learnings of theater. So it doesn't matter whether you go theater.
But again, where it matters is that theater ingrains you. You become better than a whole lot of other people out there because you have a basic knowledge, a basic training of the rudiments of theater. But then again, you must also understand that going out into the competitive world, you must be skilled for it. What did I say? You must be skilled for it. Okay, you've learned basic things on campus now. They don't use those kind of cameras outside. You already understand the rudiments of the camera, how to use it. But when you go outside, what you will confront, the kind of equipment you will confront are different kinds of equipment, which is not what is you guys are used to. So how do you fit in? Please go for training anytime you see training of any of those things. A lot of training happens, especially at the Victoria Creative Hub. A lot of training in all areas. They did one in costume, they did one in cinematography, they did in editing, they did it screenwriting. And these trainings are free. There's one that started yesterday for cinematography at the Hub. It's free, which is funded by the state. So please, always try as much as possible. It also makes me feel that information is key. A lot of people don't get this information. Abi? I think that's a major problem. A lot of people don't get to see or hear about this information. But let me tell you the truth too. I think God beg you, make I tell you the truth. Nobody will come and feed you with information. You go look for them. Do you understand me? Nobody will come and tell you, oh, if you have somebody somewhere that is telling you, oh, they want to say you are lucky, but nobody is going to. You must be intentional. You must be intentional about the things you want to do. It is proven that when you seek, it makes you more serious to face it than when it is fed to you on a platter. Abi? Because when you seek, you will know the stress when you go through till one go do that thing. But again, what you need to understand is this. In these days of technology, the information is everywhere. So what you need to know is, where do this information, what are the platforms this information come to when these kind of things are happening? I will tell you for free. If you are not following, please follow Edo Jobs on Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, and the rest of them. Edo Jobs and Victor Wifo Creative Hub. Then the Edo Film Project. They are all on Instagram. Because when there are productions happening or when it is happening and they are calling out for people, either for auditions, either for technical hands, either for training, it goes to those platforms. Are you following me? A lot of you here spend hours on Instagram, on social media, but you don't even bother yourself about that. So please take note. I said something at the beginning that this my talk is actually for those people who want to have a career and a life within this industry of film and television and theater outside school. Not for those who are thinking of something else after school. No. So please take note. Try as much as possible. So what I said, try and gather your information, try and look for where this information go to so that you can easily access them and know what is happening. Then again, you must have a focus, you must have a plan for you to navigate this journey that you're going through. Then, let us assume that you come out of school. You are done with your whatever. How do you begin? How do you navigate life out there in the industry? I'm particular about the industry now, like Nollywood or whatever, theater. How do you do that? One of the first things which I have said in passing just now is this. Do you have the right talent for what you want to do? Okay, I want to be an actor. Do you act well? Are you sure you act well? You might tell yourself, you might deceive yourself that I sabi act, but meanwhile you not sabi act. So you have to be sure of what you do, that you have the right talent for that. And how do you even try to do that? Whenever you go for auditions or whatever auditions you go to, even though they give you one scene, whether na waka pass or whatever, do it. Start small and grow. Very key in all areas, whether as an actor, whether as a costumier, whether. Start small and grow. Because when you start, giving an example like an actor now, when you start, you go on a set. You've never been on a set before. And the director is saying that, stand by, you are confused. Stand by, whatever. You get to understand. And that goes, okay, cut. And telling them, okay, we're going to take a master shot for this or that. You are learning. You might make mistakes that first time. It doesn't matter. But when you go on another set, what you have learned from that set, you carry to another set. I tell a lot of people that, yes, I like school, people to go for film schools and whatnot. But to me, the best film school you can go to is being on set. That is the best film school. Because it's practical. What you do on set like this today, you learn, you absorb. You go to another set, you express, learn, absorb. And as you go from set to set, you're getting better, you're learning. You might not have that opportunity when you are in film school. They will teach you what they need to teach you, but it might not be that practical. So please make sure that you are naturally fitted for what you need to do, whether you are an actor, whether you are a cinematographer, whether you are a costumer. Try as much as possible to be equipped for what you want to do. So you go for training, like I said, you upskill. Even if you have basic training, anytime you see any opportunity for upskilling your skills, please go for it. Go for it. And then again, another thing that also helps is mentorship. If you have people, bros, sis, where they don't necessarily have to be your relations or whatever, you meet people and you can actually gravitate towards them and they inspire you. You can meet people and tell them that you really want to do this. Okay, like a camera person now sees another cameraman, tell me, he really want to continue this thing. How far, bros? And he comes, he's sitting down there with the guy watching him, and the guy told him, say, okay, carry that thing, come. He's learning. Tomorrow the person might call him to be an assistant. Close your eyes when you are learning a lot of this, like for the technical aspects, you know, of production, costume, the rest of them, aside from acting. When you're learning all these things, be very humble. And not even all of them. Everybody, humility is a key for this industry. You must be humble. Humility opens a whole lot of doors that talent will never open for you. Does that make sense? Humility will open a whole lot of doors that talent may never open for you. Your humility might melt hearts, and it gives you opportunities for you to do other things. So please, whenever you are out there, nothing say, oh, Nami Sabi pass. Oh, nothing say, no. Be humble. Learn. Train. Upskill yourself as best as you can. When you have these basic fundamentals, navigating your path on that road becomes a whole lot easier for you. Have I made sense in any way in everything that I have said so far? Does it make sense to you now? Do you have a grasp of how things should be, or what you need to do when you want to navigate the outside world, outside here, outside the campus, outside the walls of university? Do you have a grasp of that? Usually I usually like, they say master classes. To me, I usually run away from those words, or that word called master class. Yes, we try to give these kind of things, but then again, I prefer to make it very interactive, you know, because a lot of times we come with our ideas, we want to tell, but again, we do not listen. We need to listen to know precisely what these people also think. So I will open up the floor now for questions, please. Anything that you think you need to ask in terms of the topic that we're talking about, please do, so that I can also try and treat as best as I can, if I can. Are we there? So if anybody, indicate if you have any questions to ask, please, so that you get a microphone. But so far, did you guys understand the journey that I took you through now in terms of what we are discussing? Please, do you understand? Please, if you don't, just let me know, I beg you. May not be like say I just they talk too much. Anybody, any questions?
Permit me to stand on the already existing protocol. Thank you, sir, for your lecture.
Thank you much.
I appreciate you. And on behalf of the students that listen, I want to thank you. You see, it is easier said than done. We are talking about navigating the life outside the four walls of the university. And we are talking about, especially or with special reference to Nollywood. I want to ask, we all know Nollywood. We all know the intricacies of Nollywood. Without mincing words, you have lots of intimidation. You have lots of sexual harassment. You have lots of very negative things. Permit me to use that.
Yeah, you're correct.
You taught us that we should go out there and do it. How do we navigate this practicality? It happens. It is there. Directors, scriptwriters, even list A actors. There was an incident of a list A actor. I wouldn't want to name the name. Permit me to use that. Took an old script and gave it to an upcoming.
Like a new one.
Yeah. And kept the upcoming in the hotel room for 2 weeks.
That's so.
Throughout the shooting of that movie. At the end, he said, don't worry. I don't know my name. My name. I won't want to call the name.
No, it's fine.
It's like a list A actor. How do you navigate this? How do you solve this problem? Sir, thank you.
Thank you so much. That's a very serious question, and a very good one at that. A very excellent question. Now, for every profession has its pros and cons and its issues. We get to hear a lot about Nollywood because it's in the eye of the storm. It happens in all industries. Even in Hollywood, it happens, please. You should know that. It does happen. When you hear complaints, you would be tired. Now, it doesn't make it right. Now, let me tell you something. It was worse back then than it is now. Back then, when you had only the marketers controlling the industry, that was why they could ban them, Genevieve and Co. for months. That was why. There was only one central cabal. But right now, you have so many platforms, so many producers you can work with without going through any of these sexual harassment. Or let me talk about sexual harassment, which is most rampant, which is one of the things that a lot of people talk about. Sorry? Yes, it's sexual harassment, sex for role. Let me tell you a story. I'm a major producer for rock. We are like, for rock, we are 70 producers who produce movies for rock. 70 of us, 70 different producers across Nigeria, north, south, east, west. I've been looking, I just sit down since I never read. Mona sit down for there so that I can tell. East, west, Ghana, Canada, and London. Producers are scattered there, so people make films for rock. Now, Mary Njoku, who is the CEO of rock, will kill anybody when she hears that. There is a structure within rock. If any producer harasses any girl, there's a number to call. And it's to her. So you can report with evidence. Because again, some girls too now wish. If it don't happen, they go talk say it happen. I'm being very, very sincere. I'm a producer. I started way back. I know the harassment I got. That I still get. Are you following me? It's a two-way thing. It happens. But then again, it does not mean it is right. So, you need to be very mindful of the people you work with. You need to also be smart. Somebody tell you, say, he won't give you role. You know audition for RAM. He tell you, say, he won't give you role. Okay, maybe call hotel room. He tell you, say, call hotel room. What do you say, what can do? Emma Baba. Come on, man. You as an individual should take responsibility too. I don't know if you're following me. Is it making sense? You might say, okay, I don't know, you are intimidated for waiting, you know, say it's obvious. I've seen a lot of people complain to me and said, oh, this person, and they walked off. Yes, walk away. They probably tell somebody. Again, another problem that people have is that if they report, they get blacklisted. It happens. I won't lie that it doesn't happen. But then again, it happens with very small-minded producers. If you see the people that these things happen to or who do these things, you find out that some of them really are not supposed to be called producers. But then, there has been a general rise of female producers in the industry. It be like say the women has actually taken over from the men, really. Abi, you have a lot of female producers, Biodun Stevens, Kemi Adetiba, the rest of them. Then even female directors, you have even female producers and handlers of projects like Judith Audu and the rest. So you should also understand that these platforms or organizations are actually putting things in place. Like I just told you about rock. So every producer that works with rock knows the rules. It is not just sexual for rock. It is not just sexual harassment. But a lot of people do things or say things which are sexual in nature, but they don't even know that it's harassment. I'll give you an idea. This Madam Mary saw on a scene, on a set, and that thing blew her head. Makeup artists, they work out. Somebody just say, small nyash, they shake. Oh, how? The person went, it was a makeup assistant. The person went. went back, did their job, came back. When next she was going to do this thing, the poor girl now had to use something to cover her butt. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So even verbally saying certain things on set, which we think, yeah, just talking about, it is actually very derogatory and it's a problem. Are you following my point? So these are the things. It is not by sleeping with the person first that you know that you harass this person. So in navigating through this, that question of navigating through this, it's very complicated. But then again, I think hello? So I think a whole lot also depends on the individual too. We are talking about what we have been saying now, female harassment. Then they harass the boys too. Guys, happy? Then they harass the guys too. Yes, then they harass the guys too. Forget. Guys, they harass guys. Babes, they harass guys. It happens. There's a whole lot that happens. But it is not standard. I think that whenever you see this thing, there are standards to this thing. Whenever you encounter this and it happens, please speak out. Speak out to somebody that you know that's of authority or high authority. But if it's the person that's of the authority that is doing that, that's why I said you have the power to walk away. When you've seen the signs, walk away. Am I making sense? Because it's not when the person don't carry you, so say spend 2 weeks for a room, then you now start complaining about what were you doing after day 2, day 3, day 4, then they shoot. You know, say that, come on now, for goodness sake. Hello? Does that make sense? So you as an individual too, you must set your standards no matter what, whether you are growing from the industry or what. There was another thing the guy said again. What was that second question? You talked about sexual harassment. What was the second one again? Was that navigating? I think it bordered on just, I think his questions bordered on this harassment, basically, you know. Then what else? I think that's it. You know, so please, it is not harassment when it comes to actors, you know, happens. It is all right, but please, when it happens, if you are confronted with it, walk away. Now, it doesn't mean that when you have consensual relationship, it's a problem. Like I tell people, there is a that you cannot do. Does that make sense, please? Thank you.
Something you said about, I picked up, you said, the best way to learn is not really being in class, but being on set. So, sir, I want to ask,
for my head, I be proper filmmaker. I don't do film. I don't. Just because they have been offered, say, don't worry, I'll give you road. You go, I want to shoot 5 films. You go take the 5. Is that not Obidichi? Just like, my sister, I'm tired. So, come.
The reason why I said this now is this. I think there was a lot more quality in the script writing of the past than it is now. I think there was more depth in the script writing of the past than it is now. Let me give you my experience when I started writing. I will not tell you, maybe someday I'll tell you the story of how I started writing. Now, when I will write a script, all this Igbo, because then it was dominated by Igbo marketers. I was probably, and even people in the industry too. I was just this Benin boy there hustling, but I knew what was here. So when I do a script, they will call all the writers in the industry. They will sit down to dissect my script. Now, a lot of them were dissecting my script because they felt that how this young boy just come out of nowhere. Where can the right script? They were dissecting this just to criticize it. Only 2 people I respected that time till now. I keep saying it all the time. Who were very, very professional when they dissect the script. They tell you what it is. That's Ernesto B and Regina Debere. That even when I wanted to do my own film, I sent my scripts to them to look and vet, because I know they will tell you how it is. But these other guys will want to destroy it so that the person, the producer, will give them the script to do. But it never ends that way for them. But they didn't understand one thing. I was using the opportunity to gauge the mentality of everybody. This one gets sense, this one not get sense. No, I was just using the and it was one of the topmost producers then that I even called his people and said, "Una no normal. Kabat go do script, and I go call this people, they can look about script." He said, "I worked with all of them. They're not near." So that's why they started stopping and doing everything, you know. So there was, and when you do script, then people will come out, even if I'm not the one writing, they will send, maybe somebody else writes, they will send the script, you look at it, they might hold a script conference, everybody sits, dissects before the writer goes and finishes his job. So I think there was much depth to stories than it is today. And because of that, I think that is one of the reasons why the industry have not been really been able to create characters that are rounded and iconic. I think maybe recently the one I would say probably got to that level was Scar. That's Chidi Mokeme when he played Scar in what film was that? Shantytown. God bless you. For those who watched it, he was livelier than life, and that's why a lot of people felt when he didn't win that award or this thing, it was a big cry. Everybody considered him the winner. Everybody, because it was a far cry from whoever won eventually, you know. So I think that's one of the latest jobs that probably had iconic characters. But again, it wasn't about the character that was created, it's about the work he put into it. If you look at his reels, you will see the process he went through to go into that character, to create that character. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we do not have a lot of that anymore, that we do not have such things. So back to your question, that was the reason why such characters or people, because Patience Osoko did so well here, the next 20 films we shot, you will see Patience. The same thing with Uncle Pete. You see him in everything because he's done that everywhere. But again, you can't take it away from the actors themselves. They have depth. If me, I want to do film, whether not for Hollywood, I will still get Uncle Pete to play one role. Because there's a presence he brings. Forget it. I've worked with Uncle Pete several times. There's something about him that you cannot even put your fingers on. It's just there. It's like RMD. There's this presence they have. It's whether it's an aura, I'll call it. You can't run away from it. Aside from the fact that they are big budget, aside from the fact that they command a whole lot of this thing, but you can't take away their ability. You know. So that's just the reason why you have this kind of typecasting like that. But then again, it's also a problem, because when you keep typecasting someone for a particular role all the time, you actually don't leave room for other people to also show their talent. One, you actually don't leave room for people to also grow. Two, but then I think that was very prevalent back then. But right now, I think the industry is wider and open more. You have more producers everywhere working for platforms and whatnot, you know. So it's a lot more better now that you can also express yourself in different platforms or productions too. So you don't really fall into that, you know. Then what was the other one that you asked me? Sorry? Acting agencies. Yes, thank you. Acting agencies. There are acting agencies, so bro. There are people who manage actors, but like you also observe, they manage the higher class A-listers and whatnot. Brother, the question I want to ask you now, say, as you just be young actor where they grow now, what do they want to manage for your life now? What would they want to manage? Because for them, they are making money. There's a percentage that comes to them when they negotiate for actors or when they pitch for roles. And the question is, how many of them they look for the role or look for what they want for the actors? It is when they reach out to an actor. I encountered that my last project. I wanted to use one of my guys, one of my friends, and he just say, bros, I beg, I get agent. Okay, no problem. I spoke to the person, and the person was telling me that my guy, see, the guy told them say I be bro, so and because of that, they will charge me 300,000 naira per day. Hello, 200,000 naira per day. All right, no problem. You know, I left it at that. You know, because at the end of the day, they are also making money. This person gets a percentage of whatever is going to. So, for young upcomers, you might not have that opportunity because you are not producing money yet. But then again, you are right. I think there are few agencies, but I don't really know. I can't say that manage fresh young. Okay, there are agencies, not formal agencies. It might just be somebody like me now. I know like 5 boys, 5 girls who act. So what I will do now is, I know plenty producers, I know plenty directors. I just send message to them, say, man, I get people, I beg, anytime we work out, I will send a picture, send out this thing, make you see, you know, and see that. It's an informal kind of setting, so to speak, these days. I receive that from people at times. Please, everybody, can this person, they have one word for it. Now my artist, you know, and that, whatever negotiations they have privately or individually, is left for them. So you have that, but it's not so formal. But then my advice would be this: do the grind, work hard, so that you can be recognized. Simple. Do I answer your questions? Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. No, you are sat down, don't worry.
So, my name is Olumekum Bright. Yeah. I'm from Theatre at University of Benin. So, I found my first question from your last explanatory word, mentorship. Theatre art has been a course I've wanted to study ever since I was at the age of 9. So, and even before I had one of my leg cut off. So when I got admitted into University of Benin Department of Theatre Art, my relatives and friends, they weren't happy because their aim was for me to study law. My uncles, they tried all they could to change my course into law because I chose theatre art. I was the one that chose this path. So they tried all they could to change my course into law. There was even one of my uncle that is a professor in Unilag. He tried all he could to change that I study law either in Unilag or OAU. But I wasn't following with their process. So my question is, what do I do? Because lately I feel so alone in class and special because I'm the only one that is an amputee in my class. And I was the one that chose this path. Even before I had one of my leg cut off, I've been ambitious to become a thespian. So my mom was so disappointed, and lately also I even have it in mind that if theatre doesn't work for me, after my program here, I would like to further more and study another course entirely. So, and secondly, I want to ask a question again that, as a thespian, how can you tackle a stage fright because of your physique? So that is my 2 questions.
All right, hold on, just hold on there. For your first question, the question I want to ask you back is this: what do you want to do within this theater? Right now, you are in the theater arts department, open to the media world, film, television. You know that probably for acting, it might be difficult for you to get roles as an actor because of what your condition. Yes. So what else do you think you can do that this will not disturb you? That your physical problem will not be your problem?
Yeah, I wanted to become a director or a scriptwriter, but they don't really like anything, like any course or any field in the theater.
Brother, let me tell you the truth. If you are waiting for your parents or your relatives to actually make the decisions, then that will be difficult for you. You have to make, I told you about what happened to me too. When I got in, I was going to read law, and they said second year I told myself that no, this is what I want to. It's difficult for this because especially when you still have these people paying your fees, taking care of you and whatnot, it becomes a problem because it might get to a point say, okay, they're not the fund you, they're not sponsor you. But if you don't have that kind of problem, I think what you need to do is look for the other quotient of this business that you think you can do without stress. You said you write, then why not put yourself into delve into writing? Put your heart into it. Understand how they write scripts for professionally for this thing, for productions, and see how that goes. You might say, okay, you want to be a director? Fine. Do your research on directing. Then look for how you can also maybe be on projects too. Directing might be a problem because you have to move about. So the only one that you probably don't need to move about is probably script or maybe editing, for you to edit, which are very deeply thinking things, you know. So I think for your own case, you have to sit down and think about what you think might be convenient for you to do in your condition. Because, and again, let me also make it clear that it is only you that can make that decision, nobody else. That's for the first one. The second one, does that answer that question, please? The second one, stage fright. But I think, do you see act on set when they want to do art, when they are acting for your class and everything? Do you see, or you do other things aside from being on set as an actor?
I don't really want to act. Our workshop lecturer will actually just call me up and will give me a role.
He will give you a role.
Yes,
I want you to play that role. He wants you to act.
Yeah.
It used to be like that too at times with you and everybody. These guys, we lost them. They all went to different other fields. Some became bankers, some became this, some became that. But these are actors that Nollywood lost. Now, back to your question. When you are in this campus or wherever campus that you are and you act, you say you say you sabi act because people they talk say that guy they act. That's on one level. Now, on the other level, like I said too, that when you are on campus, try and look for things to do outside campus. Go for auditions for you to be in projects. Because you might think you are good, then you go for a project outside, and the director is telling you, what kind of acting is that? Aha, I've forgotten one major key thing. Please sit down. I've forgotten one key thing which I need to make very clear. A lot of times, actors that leave theater arts department and come outside cannot act. Do you know why I said that? It's not as if they cannot act. They take theater into film. There's a difference between stage acting and film acting. Please note. That is why at times when people go to auditions, they won't cast them. Are you following me, please? There's a difference between stage acting and film acting. On stage, we tend to be very elaborate with our movements, our gestures. Because like they always said, they said there's a deaf old lady who sits at the topmost corner of the theater. And she must hear you and she must see you. So that's why we have the power of projection as actors. And that is why our gestures and movement are very elaborate. You say, "Oh King, welcome to you." You know. But you cannot do that when you are doing film. Because film is romantic. It's camera that is glossing over you. That action that you do, like you just smile like this, it is captured by film easily. You don't need to be elaborate about it. So this is another very key point. For you as stage actors, as theater artists, you must also learn the transition from stage acting to screen acting. It is very important. I am sure that some of you would have got to auditions, they don't call you back or they don't cast you. It's not because you were not good, because there's so much work that the director will have to do on your case. And some directors don't even know better. They won't want to even help you, so they'll leave it like that. So that is just it. So please also understand that. And again, to round up your question, like I said, for you to know you are good, you will get the accolades. When you do one film, do 2 films, 3 films. When somebody see you and say, but that film good, you self will know that you are improving. If you're able to do one film and the director tells you nice one, or the director does not complain, then you know you have done something good. That's why I said just now too that for progression from one set to another helps you. What you learn from this set, you say, okay, I was doing like this just now. Director, they say, make I told they raise my hand up. Okay, I'll come out. Next production, when you go there, you'll now understand. You will now do it. You're gradually learning. You're gradually improving. You know, so it helps you. I don't know if that makes sense. It's been a great time because as I did here, so I don't feel comfortable. I know they see people.
Thank you, sir.
Hold on. So, like I wanted to say just now, it's been delightful for me to have been here to speak to all of you. It's been delightful for me to have also had this interactive session with you all. And I know that you all are from different universities across the country. How many universities are in this year's Nutaf? 8, right. 8. It brings back memories for me to when I was in school. I think my last Nutaf was Ibadan, 1990 or so. Who said I said I don't old. I graduated from this campus 1991. Yeah. And I think you guys don't even know people that, do you guys know people that left this campus? Who? Do you know that RMD finished from here?
Yes, sir.
Do you know that Sam Dede finished from here?
Yes, sir.
All right. There are so many great actors and actresses out there who finished from here. That's why I said something earlier on that this place is not just being particular about Uniben. Whatever university you are coming from, let me tell you where fame starts from. That stage. Whatever university you are coming from, that stage is where your fame starts from. It's the blood, the sweat that you put into that stage that tells your success tomorrow. It might be gruesome. Oh, lecturers, they stress my life with the audition. You know, so it be. But when you leave here, you will know the value of that. Please, never give up. Please, always be open to learning. Please, I beg you in the name of God. It is even easier for you guys these days. In our time, there was no phones. There was no Google. There was no all these things. Now, you can get every information you want by the click of your button. If you want to learn acting, just go to Google. You will see various videos. If you want to learn script writing, just Google www.scripts. You will see scripts of films, foreign films. They are originals. That's how I learned. Original script. Then you study. If you want to learn how to build set, go. So this information is at your fingertips. But a lot of us spend so much time looking at fashion and whatever on social media and gossips, you know. So please, I want you all that after now that we've done this session, there's a different reorientation in your mindset. There's a different thought and focus and pull. The way you see life and the way you see a career in this industry. Nollywood is very interesting. Money did there, really. Like when you start making money, it be like ritual money. You will be making the money. Because you are making money because of your quality, because you have attained a certain level in industry. People go, they call you for jobs. You know. So please, it's been very eventful for me. I've enjoyed my time here. I've enjoyed my moments with you guys. And I hope to do this again soon. God bless you all. God bless. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Uncle Kabat, before you drop the mic, this is Nutaf. Is there power in networking among the students?
Sorry, I didn't. Also
Because some of them.
I didn't also say this. Thank you for bringing this question up. One of the key elements, of even being successful in the filmmaking world, whether Nollywood or anywhere, is your ability to network. Your ability to network is one of the strongest factors you can key into to succeed. And again, the question I will pose is this: what is networking? What is networking? Networking is your ability to interact, intermingle. Brother, let me tell you one thing. When we go for Nutaf, oh boy, not be small groove. Oh. Nutaf is sweet. We always prepare. We dey think about Nutaf to come, because when we go for Nutaf, one of those things that happen in Nutaf, it might sound very crazy, but Nutaf that the period where guys they lose their babes. That time we will come meet people from different universities, different districts. After Nutaf, everybody will go arrange itself how I want to. But why I'm saying this is this: you meet in my course of Nutaf. I met certain people in Nutaf that became part of my success, part of my career growth out there. Tajuddin Adekpetu, a whole lot of people. I met a lot of people out there in Nutaf like this from other universities. Because then when we go to universities, when we go for Nutaf, the schools they look out for was Uniben. They don't joke with you. Well, let me tell you, Uniben, Ibadan, Port Harcourt, Calabar. Calabar then was known for light. Calabar they can create any world with light on stage. That time I'm talking about then. So we were always waiting to see which new thing they want to do. What do you call it? Port Harcourt was very good with dance. They were very good with dance then. You know, Uniben, Ibadan were masters in drama. You know, it's not as if these schools didn't do drama, but a lot of times when they are coming for production, everybody determines which production you do. This one will come with dance performance. This other one will come with hair. So that was how it is. Now, coming to Nutaf is a fertile ground for you guys to know yourselves. Because all of you here are different personalities, coming from different backgrounds, different families, different attitudes and way of life, different things that have informed your growing and your understanding of life. Please get to mingle as friends, get to understand each other, get to know each other. And when you guys are going, exchange numbers. Oh, you know, that's how you grow. With time, you never can tell. I believe you me, somebody from here tomorrow will be a superstar that we'll be looking for. Somebody from here will be one top actor that we'll be looking for. Somebody from here will be one top great cinematographer, director that we'll be looking for. Yeah, I don't know how long it's going to take, but it's going to happen. So if you're here today and you're not able to mingle, to have friends, at least I'll give this as a task to all of you. Every individual should make 10 new friends before they come out. Eh? Una must be friends. Oh, no, I beg. Somebody said they're not going to make their friends. See, you guys must be friends. You guys must be friends, because let me tell you, they look at us. Every other profession look at us like the dregs of society. They look at theater artists as now Nollywood. I say who now? So the talk say okay, Nollywood they don't go enter Nollywood. Before you not gay, you not gay. Now Department of Jumpology and Danceology, like they call us for here those days. That's what they called us. It was our lecturer Mr. Tomoyonyo, that made us have pride in ourselves and told us that you guys are more intelligent than those people reading law, those people reading medicine. And we looked at him that way yesterday. He said, you know why? Because you play different roles. Tomorrow you might play the role of a doctor. You have to study. You have to understand the nuances of a doctor. You have to play the role of a lawyer. You have to understand. So you go and read these things that these people are studying. So you, because as an actor, you don't play engineer, you don't play doctor, you don't play businessman. Then person will read law content say better pass you. Hello, are you okay? So these are the issues. Now you have a forum where you have like minds with almost like goals in life, and you cannot afford to make friends. Hello, how are you? Am I making sense? Please, I will urge you. They're not a form for theater arts. I've never known us to form. We are very open people. So please don't form. You're from Anandi Azikiwe, you are from Nalai. We are all one and the same. You have an opportunity with this festival to network and be friends. Each one of you should make like 10 new friends before you go. Male or female, I don't bloody care. But please, sorry, 40. I like you. That is just it. I just give a base 10 at least. Because you will never tell. Say, that person where they look like this, tomorrow, they'll tell you, say, make you go one casting. You reach the casting. Now the guy that you see for table as director. How you walk on one, you know? So please, network. The essence of Nutaf is networking. That's the truth, if you don't know. Whether you do stage performance and everything, yes, anybody can come and do stage performance, but what is the essence of you doing these performances? Uniport has gone, they came on set, they do stay, all of them are seeing a clap out, fantastic production. I go look. On our way there, Uniben, you saw some things that they did. Tomorrow when they don't go, now cause they say, when I see that that's what Uniport do, you see that step where they do, I join this one. We are learning. It's a process. Yes. So let us do these things. Let us try as much as possible to network. Let's be friends. Constantly be friends. For the duration of this festival, please, you guys, try and be your brother's keeper. Thank you.
Can we give it up for Uncle Kabat Esosa Egbon, otherwise known as Kabatology? Can we say Kabatology? Helen again, say Kabatology.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. God bless you all.
Thank you. That was Uncle Kabat. And then I think the Nutasa National Executive Council members, they have a response on stage. Okay, sir, on stage. Okay.
Great Nutaf site. Great Nutaf site. And sir, without wasting much time, we sincerely want to appreciate you for honoring our invitation, even without demanding anything from us. It is from that note and stand, and to appreciate you as a father, as a friend, as a facilitator of this class today. Through this, the Nigerian University Theatre Arts Student Association and the Executive Council, we so desire, through the authority of the local committee, to present this award of honor to Kabat Esosa Egbon. Sir, it is my honor and privilege to present this award to you for being our facilitator. Thank you so much.
Can we give it up for Uncle Kabat? Thank you.
And so we are also from our sponsor and from other means, we also want to support this award with this token. Thank you very much for honoring us, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, Uncle Kabat. God bless you. God bless you. Can we clap for him once more? Thank you. He came here free of charge. Others were charging us.
Thank you very much. I really do appreciate this. As an ex-Nutaf site myself, I really, and for one who was also privy to a lot of things before this happened. Some of you don't know what it took this organization, what it took for this to happen. A lot of you don't even know. You guys are here, okay, Nutaf, they happen so that's the time. Okay, everybody they come. Okay, now Fontas now. Okay. If you guys know the battles that went on behind for this to even happen, you apparently will appreciate these guys. I appreciate you guys for all the effort you guys put in.
Appreciate the Executive Council. Let's go for the ESCO.
Yes, the ESCOs have done very well. Despite all the problems and everything, they have actually done well. And in the spirit that Nutaf must not die. And I believe you guys know that Nutaf started from here, apparently. So, again, it's been worthy that they did this and they've done so well. And when are you guys rounding up? This Saturday. Okay. Try and be here again too, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Uncle Kabat.
Please, if you want my number, can you take it down, please? I'm open for any conversations, any form of mentorship. You can reach out to me. That is the best I can do in this thing. I hope that will help you guys. Please, you can take down my number. And my number is, are you ready? 080 6445 6445 0800. Again, 080 6445 0800. And my name remains Kabat. And if you do send me a message, I will appreciate you send me a message on WhatsApp and also introduce yourself that you were one of those people in the hall that day from Unipen or Uniport or whatever. That's fine. Do you understand me, please? So whatever guidance, whatever thing you think, no problems. I'm always here for any of you. I wish you all the best, and may God guide you all and protect you back to your locations for those who are looking outside town. And I wish you success outside here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much on the announcement. Please, there was a misplaced boom box yesterday, an ash color, and then an ATM. I am glad that every missing item so far, they have been found. So please, if you see any missing item or any item you feel somebody may have misplaced, help us to pick it up so that another person will not pick it up for us. Just try and pick it up. I got a purse that belongs to one of us here that has a lot of, even the dollar card and everything was inside. And we returned it to the person already. And we got another phone that was missing during the morning aerobics, and the person got it back. We've gotten the laptop that someone left at the field yesterday also. So let's keep doing that. That is why we are thespians. I'm shocked, and that is why we are. Let's clap for ourselves, please. Thank you so much. I've never been to a Nutaf where an item is missing. You understand? So please, the boom box, if it is with you, please just bring it to me or any of the festival managers or any of our staff advisors. Return it to them. Then the color of the boom box is ash color. So you can return it to the Secretary General or the Festival Secretariat or myself. We are equally looking for 2 white plastic chairs. Someone took them to their hostel. If you are the one, please return them back. They don't belong to the hostel. They are not for your private use. It is for the business owners so that they, for the comfort of their customers, please. Just help us to bring the chairs back. In Jesus' name. Please. The next is the fact that we are starting the next program after taking a 30 minutes break. We have a missing ATM card. Favor Madu. Favor Madu. Please come and get your ATM. Even if there is no money inside, come and take. So please, that will be all. But in 30 minutes time, we are going to come back here to start the categories in 30 minutes time. Thank you and God bless you. So everything you need to perform, all the things you need to perform, prepare them down. In 30 minutes time, we are going to call the school that will be performing. So we are giving you 30 minutes to prepare. The break we are taking is not for you to go to the hostel and sleep. It's for you to bring your things. It's not for you to go to the hostel to sleep. Please, it's not for sleeping. It's not for resting. It is for you to go and bring your costumes. For you to go and arrange your spoken words, your narrative dance, your film, your drama, your head, your bar. Okay? Thank you and God bless you.
Or 5 now.
Tell your president. I don't know.
I'm not saying.
No, I say
because madam, I'm not.
One, two.
Yes, for this second step.